It's Crystal Marie Higgins. It's nice to be with you in this new way virtually, and I hope wherever you are right now that you're taking a few minutes every day for yourself, and hopefully by watching this video that's an invitation to follow along with me in this practice for as much as you'd like. And I'm filming obviously from my apartment as we're all a bit more sequestered right now. So in today's practice, just like I teach in my public classes, we're actually going to go through a hatha style practice with a little bit of flow, and I'll add in some nice restorative poses at the end like I do in my public classes in San Francisco. So what I'm going to show in terms of kind of props and things to use, I have at my home a few yoga blocks. So if you don't have yoga blocks, I invite you to maybe pause this recording and grab a few books. I would recommend maybe some kind of thicker, a few sturdier books. And if you really enjoy using the blocks, you can kind of imagine trying to create as much height, as a block is on the sort of low side. So a few books for sure. So we'll use 2 blocks today. You're also invited to, if you'd like, not use the blocks, right? I always just like to offer them as an option, or books, as I showed there. And then at the end of class, we are also going to do a little mild inversion. I'm going to invite you to do legs up the wall. So I encourage you to use, I'm using just my own couch cushion for that pose, actually, just a tiny little, actually this is a little pillow. You can use a couch cushion too. So, and I'm actually gonna start our practice sitting on this. And I've chosen, just because of the layout of my apartment, my living room has a bit more space, right? I've chosen a room where I can be relatively in my own space for this moment. So I invite you to pick a space and really set up a little mini sanctuary. I actually have a few essential oils, the essential oils that I use in class, and I'm actually going to open them right now just because my nervous system, and I'm sure all of your nervous systems have been the same, has been a little bit shot. It's been really anxiety inducing what's happening in the world right now, it's kind of very unprecedented. So it's really important to take care of our nervous systems in the ways that we can. So if you've got some essential oils, just rub them between your hands like I'm doing right now, and then inhale slowly through your nose, put it near your face. Smells so nice. So I'm going to do that 2 more times. So one more time, just a slow inhale. Immediately relaxed, a little bit more through that. So I'm also gonna actually invite you to rub those oils on your feet as well, right? Our feet are really important to take care of, and we can provide some grounding and nourishment through the practice of putting oil on our skin daily, especially the feet, the hands, very susceptible to things. So it's really good to put very nourishing things on them. So once you've gone ahead and done that, you're welcome to, if you like, light a candle, create any other things in your space to really set it up, especially when we're creating a home practice, maybe for the first time, or deepening it in a way that we haven't really ever done before. It's really important to create this sanctuary. So that way we can drop in a different way, even if it's the exact same space that you're in all day. So go ahead and sit on something. You can even sit, under a cushion like I am, a chair even. Hands rest on the legs and just let your eyes close. And we'll start first by just letting the shoulders gently drop down away from the ears. And start to just soften the jaw, the face. Feel your system begin to just relax by this act of closing the eyes and going more inward. And begin to just take a few slow breaths in and out. I encourage you to breathe in whatever way feels supportive for you right now, whether that's in through the nose and out through the nose, or in through the nose and out through the mouth. Feel free to open your mouth if you like and just really invite yourself to let go of any anxiety right now, any fear and stress that you've been holding in your body today, recently. Take a few breaths, just letting yourself arrive in this present moment. And we just begin to grow a bit more anchored. So at this time, I do think it's really important. I think it's always important, but just to do a little check-in. Just checking in with the mind and quality and state of the mind right now. Try not to judge your state, just notice what's here for you. Allow yourself to just be exactly as you are. There's medicine in however it is that you're showing up today. Please don't push it away. Let yourself be. Also do that check-in with your physical body. How does your physical form feel right now? This body that you're here with. Tenderness, tightness, stiffness, dullness, lethargic, whatever it is, just noting how you feel. It may be multiple things all at once. And begin to note the quality and state of your emotions. Again, noting what is present, just allowing it to be. Through the practice, we will begin to move with and through all of these things, all of these states that we inhabit, because there is wisdom in each one of them. So just allow yourself to be. What is your instinct or intuition telling you about what you need from our practice here? Let that be the thing that guides you as we move. Then begin to notice myself. I'm leaning forward. That's my tendency. Notice if you're leaning in any particular direction, forward, back, to one side or the other. Bring the 3 points of power, the 3 alignment centers in the body in connection. So that means that the third eye right between the eyebrows is level right on top of the center of the chest and the physical heart. Frequently draw that head back. That's often what's needed. Most of us lean forward there. Center of the physical chest and heart, level right over the center of your pelvis, right where your torso, your body meets the earth, right where you're seating. So we've got the pelvis, the center of the chest, heart, and the third eye right level on top of each other, as if there was that connection, that invisible thread running through, lengthening your spine. Feel the connection down to the ground, to the earth below you. Get very literal with it. Start to just notice how many layers there are between you and the physical earth. I'm in an apartment building right now up on the 5th floor, so I feel that connection down through all the floors, down into the earth below this building. So just visually feel that connection down into the earth. Then begin to feel a lifted connection up through the crown of your head towards the sky above us. And we begin to feel that lift up all the way up, as if you were trying to balance some books on the crown of your head. We always want to keep our posture long by finding equal ground down through the sit bones, down through the feet into the earth, An equal lift up through the crown of the head to the sky. Just go ahead and flip your palms up. So here in this practice, we remember that we've actually got the tools inside of ourselves to find grounding, to remember ease, to find that resiliency that we all need right now. So keep the eyes closed. At your next inhale, gently circle your arms all the way around you, tracing a big circle or a small one if you've got an injury. Palms touch. Exhale, hands to the heart. 2 more. Inhale. And then exhale, bring the hands in. 1 more time, calling in all your energy, all your attention present as you inhale, circle around. Exhale, bring the hands in. Then let your hands rest on the legs, palms face down. And softly just begin to flicker the eyes open. Hopefully even just that grounding helps you feel a little bit better. So let's go ahead and start with some mindful movement. We're going to begin with some hip circles. Just follow along like I am. Begin to circle your torso. Big, nice circles, like you're tracing a mixing bowl on the earth here. So begin to connect your breath into your movements. So it's inhale, circling forward, and then exhale, drawing back. Do just a few more. Your fingers can lift. You don't have to keep your hands really rooted down. They can kind of move a little bit. Sufi grinds is what these are called. They come from the practice of Kundalini yoga. So this is to awaken the energy in the center of the pelvis, the Kundalini Shakti as they call that. That life force, just creative energy that's inside of each one of us. Then go ahead and reverse, go the other direction. Nice circles here. Just connecting breath into movement. Inhale forward, exhale around. Keep going, everyone. Just do a few more in this direction. Keep going. And then go ahead and let's come back to center. I want you to just draw yourself up onto all fours. So I'm going to just turn to the side here and at a little bit of an angle so you can see me. We're going to come into cat-cow. So you're welcome to use a mat if you notice here, because I've got carpet underneath of me. I'm not using a mat today. That's totally your choice. Go ahead and spread down through your fingers, down through your hands. Tuck your toes under. Let's inhale, lift the chest, lift the gaze, feel the belly drop. I kind of like to swing my hips a little bit when I do this. Then on the exhale, draw the belly in, let the head drop, let the head relax. And just go ahead and do a few more. Just like I offer in my classes, I want you to go ahead and close your eyes. And just begin to instinctively feel into this, doing cow and cat with a little bit of a sway with the hips and a dangling of the head. Just do a few more. And then come back to neutral table. Open those eyes if you've closed them. Let's inhale, bring our right arm out to the side and up a little bit. Then on the exhale, you're going to draw that shoulder or forearm down to the earth here. Taking a few breaths. Press down through your left hand. Let your jaw relax. Then bring your left hand down. Come back up. Let's switch sides. Inhale, draw your left arm out and up. Then on your exhale, either your forearm or your shoulder all the way down. Come up onto the right fingertips. Draw the right hip back just a very teensy amount. Keep those toes tucked under, eyes relaxed. Take one more breath. Then bring your right hand palm down. All right, I want us to go ahead and extend your right leg back. Lift the leg off the earth. Keep your right hip level with the left, and then draw your left hand to your heart. Just take a few breaths here. Really engage through your back thigh. Toes are tucked under, foot is flexed, core is strong. Then bring your knee down and hand down. Let's switch sides. So inhale, extend your left leg back, lift it off the ground. Draw your right hand to your heart. Little puff up between the shoulders here. Press down through your left hand, gaze slightly down. Then bring your hand down and knee down. Let's walk our hands forward a few inches and lift your hips into downward facing dog. We'll take about 10 breaths here. So just like I am, feel free to move around a little bit. Let the head and neck relax. Pedal the feet or sway your hips. Begin to feel grounding down through your hands. 2 more breaths. And slowly walk your feet forward and come to a forward fold here. I'm going to have my feet hip distance apart, bend my knees, and grab opposite elbows. Do a gentle sway from right to left, pendulum. Then come back to center. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, lower. Notice my knees don't lock. Inhale, halfway lift, core strong. Exhale, lower. Last time, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, lower. Bend your knees. Let's come into kind of a wide chair stance here. So knees are pointing straight ahead. You're kind of like you're sitting in a high chair. Then draw your torso down and your arms back, chest open. Let's do a few of these. Inhale, reach. Exhale, through. Now, if your knees hurt, keep going. Inhale, reach. Exhale, through. Then you just straighten your legs a little bit more. Inhale, exhale. Let's do 5 more. Inhale, strengthening those legs. Exhale. Inhale, exhale. 2 more. Inhale, exhale. Last time. Inhale, exhale. Now forward fold. Knees bent. Grab opposite elbows, other arm on the bottom. Just sway from side to side. Let your head relax. Come back to center. We're going to inhale, halfway lift. Exhale. Now you're going to slowly step your left leg back. Take your hands on top of your right thigh. So today's class is really all about strengthening our legs, right? So when we're in a space where we feel fearful or challenged or anxious or ungrounded, it's so important to get into the legs. So when you're ready, add those arms, extend them upwards, keep the right knee bent, knee right on top of the ankle, never past the ankle. Take 3 more breaths. Left knee can be a little bit bent here. Find a soft gaze. You can't see, but I'm looking at one of my little kittens here that's right in front of me. Maybe she'll make an appearance on the film. We'll see. Then let's lower the hands down. Wiggle your back foot back about 1 inch. Bring your left hand a little bit wider to the left and draw your right arm up to the sky. Now lift both legs up. Lift your gaze. Press down through your left hand, out through your right arm. Then bring your right hand down. Hand goes a little bit closer and find downward facing dog. Take a few breaths. And go ahead and slowly walk forward, just like we did before. Bend your knees and come into chair pose. So we're going to do 5 more of these. Inhale, reach. Exhale, back. Inhale, reach. Exhale. Good, everyone. 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Notice I'm lifting a little bit. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Now we're going to reach all the way up and forward fold. Knees bent. Slowly now. This time you're going to step the right leg back. So the left leg is forward. You can scooch it forward until the knee is right on top of the ankle. Bring your hands on top of that left leg now. So just press down a little bit, take a few breaths, getting grounded. Back knee, if you can kind of see, so that's straight knee. I've got my knee a little bit bent. Then I add my arms here. Shoulders relax. Find a nice focal point. Rest your gaze there. Connect back in with your breathing, that yogic breath in and out, that ujjayi breath, everyone. Just the ocean sounding breath. The noise that happens when we bring our breath in and out through the nose. Then exhale, lower the hands down. Wiggle the right foot back just a little bit. Right hand goes wider. Left arm now reaches up to the sky. Press down through the right hand, up through your left arm. Then bring your left hand down. Right hand goes a little closer. Find downward facing dog. Take a few breaths. And come onto all fours and tabletop. So I'm going to move my blocks a little bit closer so I can use them for the next poses. You only need one block, but I always like to have both there, right? Just in case, okay? So go ahead, you're going to step your left foot forward. You can kind of see here, I've got the block near the outer edge of my left foot. Then I'm going to lift my right leg, pivot the outer edge of the right foot down, and keep that left knee right over your ankle and draw your right hand to your hip. As I do that, I bring my block under my shoulder. Keep your left knee bent right over the ankle. And we're going to start by bringing our left forearm on the thigh and draw your chest open. So extended side angle pose here. Invite you to lift your right arm. If that hurts the shoulder, just keep the hand at the hip. So lift the right arm. You can lift your gaze and then maybe draw that arm across the ear. Keep it a little bit lifted away from the ear though. Let's take 5 breaths. Get really strong, pressing down through the feet. Don't force the back hip open, but root down through the back leg. Strong. Good, everyone. Let's come into Warrior 2 pose. So I often have to relax my shoulders. Keep reaching through your front hand, extending through your back one. And on your exhale, find your hands down to the ground. Bring your back knee down. And we'll switch sides. So go ahead and bring, this time, your right leg forward. Remember, block is kind of near that outer edge of your foot. Lift your back knee. And I like to use both blocks as like leverage, but you can also just use one, as I mentioned. Pivot the outer edge of the back foot down. And you're going to come up a little bit onto your right fingertips and bring your left hand at your hip. Keep your chest open. And then begin to draw your right forearm on the right thigh. So we go up a little bit higher the first time. Maybe the left arm goes up. Maybe the arm goes across the ear. Take 5 breaths here, everyone. Focus on grounding down through your back foot. Feel the opening across your chest. Draw your belly in and a nice, full, long, good reach here. And then let's come into Warrior 2, second side. So from here, find a nice length. Even if you bring your fingertips to your shoulders and then you extend straight out, that can be a helpful alignment tip. Soft gaze over your front fingers. Then let's exhale, cartwheel the hands down, bring the back knee down. Find table. Now we're going to come again, left foot forward, and lift the back knee, pivot the outer edge down of the foot. Now keep your left hand at your block, or you can come to the earlier option with the forearm on the thigh if you prefer. You can also use a few books, right, or something stable and sturdy. Keep the knee bent right on top of the ankle. Just like before, chest begins to open, arm reaches. Good, everyone. Now you're going to bring your arm back up to the sky, straight up to the sky. Take the right hand, back of the hand to the low back, little half bind here. Open the chest so the back of the hand is touching your low back. Then we're going to lift the left arm up and do a slight little upward reverse warrior here. Then back to Warrior 2. Cartwheel the hands down. Lift the back heel, back knee down. Step back table, last time. Step the right leg forward. Let's lift the back knee. Pivot the outer edge of the back foot down. Bring your right hand and block closer in. Left hand either here, remember, or up. Next invitation, arm across the ear, just like before. Find the variation of these poses that works for your body. Take a few breaths. Strong core. Open the chest. Lift the gaze. Good, everyone. Then take your left arm straight up. Back of the hand. Now you can see to the low back. Lift the right arm up. And let's come into a very slight reverse warrior. Then slowly cartwheel the hands down. Lift the back heel, back knee down. And come back to table and just move those blocks to the side and just give those hips a little sway. Thank you, hips. Whew, you can feel that. So now we're gonna come onto the forearms. If you've got an injury at your shoulders, I always like to recommend that you can just extend one leg back, kind of like the pose we did at the very beginning of class, with that leg lifted off of the earth. If needed, toes can stay on the ground. So that's the option if you need to modify. If this is too much pressure on your shoulders. So we're gonna lift up into downward facing dog. Keep the elbows under the shoulders, forearms on the ground, palms touching today. We're gonna take 10 breaths here. Walk the feet in a little bit. Press down through the forearms. Find your breath. Go ahead and bring the knees down. Come on up. It always messes up the hair, right? So you are invited to sit in hero's pose with a block or books under you or a cushion, or you can sit cross-legged if that's more comfortable, or in another position that works. Gonna do a little shoulder stretch. Since we just strengthened them, let's go ahead and stretch them next. I want you to bring your right arm, up. See, even here I get it all. Little yoga dyslexic. Take your right fingertips to your right shoulder. Now draw your left hand palm just right on top of your elbow. We're gonna just stay here today. Draw your right hand down, head back in this little, I call this the picture frame space. Draw the ribs in. Take 3 breaths. Eyes are relaxed and soft. We're gonna do another option on this in just a minute, but just try to stick here. You can gently press into the arm to bring your right hand down a little into the right elbow. And go ahead and just gently release. Do a few shoulder rolls. Even if you do a lot of yoga, you feel some circulation going on when you do that option. And let's draw now the left arm up. Fingertips go to the left shoulder, right palm on top of the left elbow. Draw your head back in this little picture frame, ribs in, so the core is strong. You may notice if your body is like me, one side's a little different. This is my tight side. My left tricep is extremely tight. My left shoulder has been a little bit tight lately. I think I'm carrying too much on the left side. No good. So just take one more breath. And go ahead and just gently release a few shoulder rolls. All right, so we're gonna do that one more time. You're welcome to repeat, or you can continue. You're gonna all lift the right arm up. Fingertips go to the shoulder. Then, this time, either repeat left hand on top, or you're going to draw your left arm out to the left, palm faces away from you, away from where you're looking. Bend that elbow and take the left hand up your back. Maybe the hands touch, maybe they don't. You can also just grab your shirts. Get whatever you can. It's not a competition, right? Even at home, we don't want to force it if it's not available. Just take 3 breaths. Jaw is relaxed, eyes are relaxed. And go ahead and slowly unwind. Same as before. A few shoulder rolls. Whew, feeling the warmth. Then let's inhale, left arm up. Fingertips go to the shoulder. This side is very tight for me. So I am also going to repeat this earlier option, even though I did the other way on the first side. My left shoulder, as I was saying, is feeling a little bit achy. I think I've been overdoing it on the left. So I'm just going to stay here today. I'm going to listen to my body, listen to that boundary. And remember, the other option is right arm goes out to the side, palm faces away, hand goes up the low back. Grab what you can, whether that's your other hand or your shirt. Take a few breaths. Make sure your ribs are not drying out. Bring them in. Jaw is relaxed. Good, everyone. Gently. Let's release. Whew. All right. So let's go ahead and come onto the back. I want you to just go ahead and come down here. Make sure you've got enough room to lie on down. Now, what we're going to do is lift the left leg up to the sky and interlace your hands at your mid-thigh. Let me scooch here so you can kind of see. Flex the left foot. Now you're welcome to keep your right foot on the ground, or you can extend your right leg long. Take a few breaths. So as we strengthened those legs, it's very important to now stretch them and lengthen the muscles. Now go ahead and bend your knee. Bring your right foot on the ground if it's not already, and take the left ankle on top of your right thigh and draw the right leg in. Figure 4 stretch. Thread the needle. Lean a tiny bit to the right. Take 3 breaths. Breathe into your left hip. Any tightness, let the jaw relax. And let's go ahead and release. And we'll extend the left leg, the right leg. Did it again. Foiled again. Right leg up to the sky. Get really long. Jaws relaxed. So it's almost like you're trying to reach your leg into your hands while keeping your shoulders on the ground is the trick. Then let's take that right ankle on top of the left thigh and draw the left leg in. Interlace the hands the opposite way, back behind that leg. Take a few breaths. Good. Now let's go ahead and unwind that. Both knees in. Bring your knees wide. Bring your hands to touch your shins near your ankles. Knees go wide. Let's do 5 breaths. Feel your back body going flat, rooting down. Feel the hips open. You can press the elbows to the inner thighs. It's one of my favorite poses because it's, a little bit more restful, but it's still an amazing opening pose. And you get to choose how much effort you put in. You can back off and make it gentle, or you can press a little bit more and go a little bit deeper, right? Either way is great. Just listen to what you need. And let's come into happy baby. Rock from right to left. I really have been enjoying the practice of keeping my hands kind of a little bit lower these days. You're also welcome to bring peace sign fingers to the big toe or to the outer edge of the feet, but just feel into it. I love this practice too of pressing gently my elbows to the sort of knee area, not on the knee joint of course, but just like where the bend is in each leg, just a little pressing there. It's like a nice opening. All right, let's come back to center, draw your knees in, do some nice circles, go in a clockwise direction. and go counterclockwise. And roll all the way to your right. Press down through your left hand and come on up. So we're gonna do just 2 more active poses, hatha poses. I want you to find a cushion or a blanket or a pillow and sit on it, and bring the soles of your feet together and your knees open wide. For my friends who've got sensitive knees, you can bring the block or books, 1 or 2 stacked under your knees if you'd like. So I want you to actually see if you can scooch at the edge of what you're sitting on, the blanket or cushion or pillow. We're gonna open the chest and make sure not to round your back. It's important to keep your chest open. So even though it is a fold, it's like chest open, right where you feel the edge. You'll notice, let your body relax a little bit. I like to bring my hands in a relaxed position wherever they land, and then I let my head just gently relax a little bit. Not like that, but just a little gentle relaxation. Bring your gaze inward and close your eyes. Let's take 10 breaths. Just slow breaths. Jaws relaxed. No need to force anything. Just let gravity work with it. No need to push. Just find the place where you can sustain the pose. You feel sensation, but not intensive gripping. Should be no pain in the back or the hips. If you feel pain, you need to come up higher. So important to connect in with strengthening the hips, with opening the body, with working with gravity. I've been really feeling into what's going on lately, and so many layers to it. My hearts are going out to all of the people directly affected right now who are sick or who are caring for those that are sick. Right? All the small businesses that are really fearful, all of us that are self-employed, that are in deep challenge, or even if you are employed by a company, just any kind of fear that is felt. Right, and that fear often lives in the body, first in the hips, and the hips and the low pelvis really connect in with our sense of safety and grounding. So it's important to remember there's a lot going on right now, but in this moment right now, you are safe. In this moment right now, you have your breath. In this moment right now, we have a supportive community around us, wanting to help each other. And I've been really listening into what you're challenged by right now. What's bringing you to your edge, where you're getting pushed. What's activating your nervous system? Right there. That's our invitation for presence. And right there is asking for us to pay attention. Right where you're triggered, right where it's the hardest, right within the habits that aren't feeding you, is an invitation to pay attention and to notice. We're being called to wake up in a way that we haven't been in our modern times called to wake up before. What are we doing with this information? Are we proceeding as usual with more anxiety and stress? Or are we stopping, listening, and noticing what we need in the moment? This is an invitation to greater awakening, what's happening right now in your responses, in your habits. And I'm just as much with there as all of you. I've been reading the news too much. It's been making me anxious. So I'm vowing to just read it in the morning to help my system. What sort of vow do you need to take right now for your care and your sanity while still being smart and staying informed? Just a few more breaths. If you feel achy, you just come up higher. Go ahead and gently lift on up. Draw your knees in. And you're going to extend your left leg and draw your right knee in. Bring your right foot just a little bit wider. Keep your right hand at your right shin and bring your left hand back behind you a little bit into the side. And just do a nice open twist to the left. Oh, so tight in my mid-upper back. Go ahead and come back to center. Now you're going to bring your left hand to your right shin. You can't see my foot, but you're going to point your left toes. And then come into a nice twist. So as you twist to the right, point your left toes. Okay, let's go ahead and switch. Extend your right leg. Left knee in, have a little bit of space between the legs. Then we'll start in that open twist. Left hand at your left shin, right hand back behind you. Nice open twist to the right. This side feels more open to me. So interesting, our bodies. And go ahead and bring your right hand to your left shin. Left hand back behind you. Now point your right toes as you reach and open to the left. Good, everyone. Let's go ahead and come back to center. Now, I want you to bring your feet wide, knees bent. We're going to do like cat-cow here. So it's just in a seated position, and it's more subtle. You're going to inhale, arch the back, lift the chest, lift the gaze. Then exhale, just very gently round the back. Do 2 more. Inhale, arch, lift, open. Exhale, rounds. Good, everyone. 1 more. Inhale, arch, lift, open. Exhale, round. Then come back to more straight up and down. So I'm going to invite you to pause this recording if you're not in a space where you can use a wall. We're going to end today by doing legs up the wall. Just a little note, if you are on your cycle, women, or if you've been told by a healthcare professional because of blood pressure, high blood pressure typically, issues, to not elevate your legs, I'm going to encourage you to instead take the blanket or pillow that you are sitting on and come to lie down on your back with this under your knees, right? So you would do a supportive Shavasana with this under your knees and lie back. So that's an invitation, but I am going to do legs up the wall. And a yoga practice with Crystal wouldn't be complete without the little bell, right? So for the last minute after the legs up the wall, you're going to actually lay down, and I'm going to do that bell for you as if we're in class together. But first, let's do legs up the wall for a few minutes. So I like to bring my cushion or my blanket with me. I'm going to move a little bit further away from you. I'm going to use actually this very thin space, but it sure is enough actually, believe it or not. So I'm going to place this pillow about 4 inches or so away from the wall. Then I'm going to sit on it, kind of like what we do in yoga class. Bring one hip down. I'm going to take my forearm to the ground and scooch my butt so it actually touches the wall. Bring your shoulder down and take those legs up. Now I often need to adjust. Lift your hips, center yourself. So I do a few little lifts just to make sure I'm comfortable. I'm normally pretty far away from the wall, about 4 to 6 inches. You can bring your arms by the sides. Your arms can rest on your body or they can be overhead. Whatever is most supportive. I'm going to rest one hand to the belly and one hand to the heart to really relax my nervous system today.
So let the feet relax. Make sure the positioning of the pillow feels comfortable with your back. You can lift a little bit and scooch if it doesn't. Let your eyes close. Feel those legs just like drop into the body here. All 10 toes relax. And just feel the breath of the belly gently inflating and deflating. You might feel tingling of your toes. Let your belly relax, hips relax. Even a little twitching of the feet is totally okay. You can be here for upwards of 20 minutes, even if you like. We're just going to do a few minutes today. If you've been having a hard time sleeping or unwinding at night, I encourage you to do this pose right before you go to bed, even in your bed if your bed is near a wall. Just let the mind settle into pure presence. Just notice the sounds in your environment. Trying not to change them, just noting them as they come in and out. Noting the temperature of the air on your skin. The feeling of your clothing and connection with your skin. Even the way your body touches the ground. Where there's resistance, where there's ease. Just feeling into your senses. Senses are a great way to wake up and connect back in with that rest and digest sense, that stability, that grounding. Just another minute. Let your body be held for you. Let your legs, let your back, your arms, your hips, everything relax. Consciously doing your best to let go of any gripping. Remembering that we are whole, and this practice is just an embodied practice to teach us that there's a center point that's always available in any moment. That we can handle this. We are here to get through this, to wake up, to deepen our connection with ourselves and each other, to listen. So just very slowly begin to open your eyes. No rush. Again, you're welcome to stay here longer if you like, or come into this pose again. But when you're ready, begin to bend your knees and slowly roll to one shoulder. Gently press down through your hand to come up. So I'm going to invite you for these last few minutes to take your blanket or cushion or pillow and bring it under your knees and lie down. Now I'm actually going to do this sweet little bell for you, so I'm not going to do that with you, but I invite you to go ahead and do that now and get really comfortable. So before you move, just feel the breath in the whole body. Begin to take 10 last full body breaths, breathing into your fingers, breathing into your toes. Feel the belly and chest gently inflate and deflate. Invite your whole system to take just a few more breaths, relaxing even more at the exhale, feeling awake on the inhale and relaxing completely again on the exhale. Let's do 3 more breaths. And just very gently begin to feel movement at your fingers and toes. You can move your hands and feet a little. Maybe do some wrist and ankle rolls if you like. Just add that movement into the arms and the legs. If you want, you can do a full body kind of stretch, reaching your arms, reaching your legs. And on your exhale, draw your knees into your chest and roll all the way onto whichever side you like. Just pausing there for a few breaths.
And when you're ready, press down through your hands and try not to jostle too much and just find a seat. Let your eyes close. Bring those 3 power centers, third eye, heart, pelvis, level right on top of each other. Just like we started. Palms face up, pointer finger and thumb come to touch. So we acknowledge the benefits of this practice wherever we are, seen and unseen. May we remember to practice and live our lives in a way that serves the highest and deepest good with harm to none. Then bring your hands to touch at your chest, bow your head down towards your heart. May all beings out there, may all of their community worldwide, everyone who is deeply struggling and suffering right now, may they be free of that pain, struggle, and suffering. May all beings know joy, ease, peace, and may all beings everywhere know freedom and liberation itself. This liberation is found in the breath, in our presence and our awakening. So go ahead and lift your chin and open your eyes. Oh, and then Greta is coming to say hi to all of you. Namaste. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope this was helpful. I'm gonna plan on uploading new videos, maybe with some guest stars, about once a week for all of you, as well as meditations. So thanks so much for being here. Let's officially say hi to Greta. Hi, Greta. And there's Rita over there too. So I'll see you all next time. Take care out there. Make sure to get outside if you can, in nature, of course, distancing yourself from others, but make sure to get in that fresh air every day. Plenty of water, plenty of rest. We'll get through this. Bye-bye.